Dusko Ivanovic is back and Crvena Zvezda are back to winning. Why? They are finally playing some defense. In fact, in 3 games under him, they are the best defensive team in the EuroLeague, making an astonishing jump from the very bottom under coach Jovanovic to the top. Stay until the end of this video to understand how.
Misses foul, the offensive rebound!
Yes, their schedule has been relatively easy as they met 2 below average offensive teams in the EuroLeague lately. But to me, that's where Zvezda's management had the perfect timing for the head coaching change, right before an easier stretch so the team can have a positive boost and change the course of the season. The differences are clear. Under Jovanovic, Zvezda's players seemed like using 50% of their capabilities defensively. Nemanja Nedovic or Filip Petrušev were never known as solid defenders, but these sequences are bad even for their standards. On the other hand, with General Dusko on the sidelines, the intensity, the grit and the fighting spirit are back. Look at Nedovic here helping on a short roll, Ben Bentil sprinting to close out, and everyone else scrambling around to not allow the catch and shoot free until finally Baldwin turns it over.
Zvezda left chasing shadows, but then the mistake from Maccabi.
Now compare this to a 3-week-old clip under the previous coach. Nedovic easily allows Guduric to break the ice defense, and all it takes are 2 passes for a wide-open Fenerbahce free. For Maccabi to score last week in Belgrade, it wasn't exactly a walk in the park. Lazic denies Maccabi's best player away from the ball, while Baldwin has to run circles before pulling up for a tough shot over an outstretched arm of Petrušev. What's funny is that Dusko did not make any massive tactical changes to force Zvezda's jump from one of the worst defensive teams to the best. They still want to ice the pick and rolls on the sides and the big man is at the level of the screen. What was usually missing before was help from other players. Here Bentil points to Lazic to protect the roll, but the low man is late and Kotsar scores. To compare a similar situation against Maccabi, look at Dobric shadowing the short roll first, aggressive Ivanovic on the ball, and then Luka Vildoza in an ideal spot to protect the paint and be there for a long skip pass as well.
Again, it's a tough pass across court.
It's still early to tell if that was a coincidence or a new pattern developing, but there is one slight adjustment from Dusko. He wants to avoid Vildoza or Nedovic guarding the pick and rolls as much as possible. He would much rather have them as help defenders trying to take away the target off their backs. That's why against Maccabi they were usually subbing each other to try not to match up against Brown. It allows Zvezda to use Ivanovic or Dobric or Lazic to press aggressively the opponent's main creator, forcing him into tough situations. In my eyes, the main problem with Jovanovic was that he didn't have authority over the players and couldn't inspire them to play hard. That's probably why Crvena Zvezda general manager had to cut the cord early. But now, with such a legendary coach coming in, everyone sees it an opportunity to carve out a bigger role for himself and also understands that any mistake might cost minutes on the court. That's why the change is so sudden and dramatic. After only a week of Duško's practices, the Serbian team is making fouls in transition and doing all other little details. Let's say that wasn't the case before. In addition, their transition defense and man marking got better in a hurry. Suddenly they're taking pride in defending and are thoroughly enjoying it.
John Martin, that's going to be a travel.
Just a reminder of how fast the situation changes. This is a 1-month-old clip from Vitoria where you see more pointing to players and staring at each other than actually defending. Or nobody picking up the ball for 20 meters, that's in Mike James's hands by the way, and then allowing an alley-oop dunk in transition. In a matter of moments, Dusko Ivanovic managed to restore Crvena Zvezda's identity from last season, which functioned so wonderfully for a low-budget team. And that spirit is unimaginable without the sneaky little plays by Branko Lazic. Forward is simply everywhere. He can pressure the point guards and switch and draw offensive fouls from opposing bigs. Or see an outlet pass flying, position himself in a split second and stop a potential 4-on-3 situation with a charge. If there is a do-or-die defensive situation in Belgrade, you know it's going to be Branko Lazic that steps up.
The EuroLeague is producing again. So Lorenzo Brown misses and Crvena Zvezda celebrate. Dusko, the drill sergeant, has Red Star battle ready in Belgrade.
Plays like this is what Alexander Nikolic Hall was dying to see from their beloved players. And you might like Dusko Ivanovic or not, Crvena Zvezda is back to making your life on offense tough. What do you guys think? Why was the ex-coach Jovanovic unsuccessful, and can Dusko bring the red and whites to the playoffs? Comment down below, like the video, and I'll see you in the next one.